The famous actor Jamie Dornan, who once made the world crazy with his role as Christian Grey in the 50 Shades series, has just made a frank and stormy statement when emphasizing, "No one has the right to talk about me as if they know my life." This statement was made by Jamie in a recent interview with a prestigious British newspaper. He did not hesitate to share his fatigue with being constantly scrutinized and judged through the biased lens of the media and online community. "I don't live to please everyone. I am a human being, not a character that anyone can comment on or write a script for as they wish. Do people think they know me because of a role? Really, no one has that right," Dornan frankly said. The fan community is divided into factions: support, strongly oppose. Immediately after the interview was posted, social networks almost exploded. ## Jamie Dornan quickly trended globally. Sparkles many of his loyal fans spoke up to support and defend their idol. Jamie is just defending himself, which anyone has the right to do. They forget that he has feelings, a family, and a private life. No one deserves to be treated like a public good. Warning, however, there are also many opposing opinions that Jamie is too sensitive or disrespectful to the audience, those who have contributed to making his name. Behind the halo, a realistic and resilient Jamie Dornan. Despite the controversy, one thing cannot be denied: Jamie Dornan is speaking the true voice of many artists, those who have to live under the pressure of scrutiny and unrealistic expectations from the public every day. And whether you agree or not, this statement is a reminder: celebrities are people too, not an inviolable image that anyone can sit at the table and judge. Inner hurt or courage to speak up? Jamie Dornan and the direct response to the media. Jamie Dornan is not the first person in Hollywood to dare to fight back against pressure from public opinion. But the way he does it, with a calm but uncompromising attitude, makes the public have to look back at themselves. Many times the actor has been called a one-dimensional actor, a mobile vase, or living forever in the shadow of Christian Grey. In response, Jamie once said in a profound way, "I have a complicated enough life that I don't need more opinions from people who have never lived like me." It sounds harsh, but it is also a light slap in the face of the reality that anyone can be an expert on other people's lives, something that is spreading like a virus on social networks. Celebrities are also human. Why do they have to stand still and take the hit? Dornan once shared that he doesn't see social media as a place to live, because there's too much noise, too little understanding. In fact, he belongs to a group of artists who choose to live a private life, focusing on family, career and maintaining mental health, something rare in today's entertainment world. "I don't need to post stories to prove that I am a good person. I just need to be kind to the people I love." Some people call it arrogance. But to many, it is the courage of a man who knows his worth in a world that always wants to define you in their own way. Fans are angry, netizens are divided, but Jamie still stands firm. No need to argue loudly on Twitter, no live streaming crying or writing a letter. Jamie Dornan chooses to react in a gentlemanly way. Concise, cool, and enough to make people think. True fans clapped their hands. If silence is golden, then Jamie is diamond. No need to say much, just be right. Fire anti-fans shouted. Artists who live off the public and don't want to be gossiped about should stay home and farm. But perhaps that is what makes Jamie Dornan different, not someone who tries to please everyone, but someone who dares to be true to himself in a world that likes to impose. Jamie Dornan, victim of snooping culture, or pioneer of digital privacy? It is undeniable. Jamie Dornan's reaction is not only a personal message, but also a wake-up call for modern entertainment society, where every private moment of a celebrity is at risk of becoming a party for strangers to gossip. In the eyes of the media, Jamie is not dramatic, not famous, not controversial, not noteworthy. But it is that quietness and frankness that makes him dangerous for those who are living on fake noise. The world likes artists who are easy to control. Jamie is not. We are living in an era where a good celebrity must know how to smile when asked about personal matters, give safe answers to please everyone, endure criticism, be scrutinized for every comma on social media, without being able to speak up against it. But Jamie Dornan, with his cool composure, chooses not to conform to those artificial standards. Jamie's candor is not arrogance, it's sanity. In a world where everyone likes to pretend to be nice, the one who dares to speak the truth is the brave one. Quoted from a comment by a culture writer in Ireland. When privacy becomes a luxury privilege. The question is, why are celebrities not allowed to have personal limits? Why can every action, from going to the supermarket, holding a child, or simply not posting anything for a week, become a topic of controversy? Brain Jamie Dornan is not only speaking for himself, but also for all those whose image is being distorted by digital society. We are turning artists into content farms, into emotional gauges, into targets of attack to relieve negative emotions. And sadly, that is being accepted as the new normal. Jamie, a new symbol of selective silence. What is admirable about Jamie Dornan is, he does not stay silent out of fear, nor does he react out of anger. He chooses the moment, chooses the words, and only speaks once, enough to create an aftershock. And that is enough. He does not need to become the face of any movement, but with this statement, Jamie Dornan has touched a very real layer of emotion of millions of people who are tired of having to act every day, whether they are famous or ordinary people. End conclusion. Living authentically in a fake world, not everyone can do it like Jamie Dornan. In showbiz, people often choose safety to maintain their popularity. But Jamie Dornan, by speaking out with charisma, has chosen the opposite, being authentic to maintain dignity. And that may not be an easy path, but it is a path that those who understand the value of silence, dignity, and personal limits will always choose. You taught me that being famous doesn't mean you have to accept being hurt without fighting back. Jamie, they say you're arrogant. They blame you for being so blunt. But if what you say is wrong, why do so many people feel so sympathetic? You make us, ordinary people, understand that. Right finger being true to your feelings is not a sign of weakness. Right finger not wanting to be judged is not a sign of ingratitude. Right finger choosing to be silent does not mean having nothing to say. You give me a reason to hold my head high when the world wants me to hang my head down. In an age where everyone is competing to be seen, Jamie Dornan chooses not to be part of that race. And that's what makes him stand out, in his own, admirable way. No need to shout slogans, no need to be woke. Just being yourself, that's enough to inspire. Thank you for not trying to be perfect. Thank you for teaching me that, sometimes, doing nothing is an act of courage. Final perspective. When artists teach audiences about themselves. After all, artists like Jamie Dornan don't exist just to act in movies or appear on red carpets. They, through their own choices in life, become a mirror of society. And society's response to them says a lot about who we are. Mirror, we are a generation that demands truth, but can't stand candor. Mirror, we celebrate courage, but attack those who dare to be different. Jamie Dornan doesn't need to be loved by everyone, he just needs to be respected as a human being. And if that's too much to ask, then maybe we should be the ones looking at ourselves.